guys, I'm going to go through the session 2 with you really quickly. I'm going through session 2, and it's really kind of long, and so I really wanted you to see what this looks like. Okay, so they give you this chart, but the first question really has nothing to do with that chart. So it says Tony is reseeding the front lawn and covers a 2,500 square feet of grass and is $15.98 for each 7-pound bag. Each pound of grass seed covers 150 square feet. How much will it cost to reseed that lawn and show all of your work? So I just want to show you how hugely large that is. So I am going to set up this equation so you can see it. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to set up a proportion equation, and it's been a while, and the reason why I'm hesitant on this, you've got $15.98 for 7 pounds. Okay, so, and we really need to get that to 17 pounds. So this is my thought process. And I'm just going to show you all the stuff that I had to do in order to get here. And some of it worked and some of it didn't. So this is how I showed all of my work. I needed to get to 17 pounds. So then I was thinking, oh my gosh, so how much do I need? Well, I have 2,500 square feet and 1 pound covers 150. So I'm dividing that. And that's where I got the 17 pounds. So I kind of did it this way. Then I was thinking, when I cross multiply, I needed 17 pounds. So I didn't really need this here because that didn't work. I went ahead and did... when I took 17 pounds, let's do another fraction, and just kind of think of my madness here. This didn't really help me, so this is where I went to the 17 pounds. So I know I need 17 pounds. So if I took 17 pounds and divided by the 7, because each bag is 7, that means I'm going to have about, it was 2-point-something bags. So really it's about 3 bags because you can't buy 2-point whatever. You have to buy them in 7-pound bags. So I really need 3 of those bags. And then 3 times the $15.98 is equal to $47.94. Okay, so yes, and I can move this over. I think I did this before. Scoot over so I can see it a little bit better. So there you have it. Okay, so this here, $47.94 is my answer. Was this whole thing a pain in the butt to do and you had to have a thought process? Yes. I did it on paper before I put it all in here, but you have to show all of your work and how you got every single thing right here. Next, you're using this table now. You're going to compare Part A and Part B. It wants you to write an equation that models this. Well, this was very difficult because we haven't done this since, I don't know, maybe last year or even the year before. So what I had to do, I'm trying to find my calculator, is I needed to take, to see if there was a constant rate of change, I took each one of those. So your Y, always your Y, so 750 divided by 300, and what did I get? 0.25. So let me write that down. 700 divided by, 750 divided by 300, and I got 0.025. And then I did it again for another one. So 2450 divided by 980, and I got 0.025. That means my equation for A, y equals 0.025x. There is no y-intercept because all of these are the same. If I would take all of these and divide them, I would get 0.025. 0.025 is the change in y over change in x. That is your slope. So basically, this is your slope. For B was harder because when I divided these, I did not get the same answer, which was super annoying. So I had to let's see here. What did I do? I took 2350 minus 16. Oh, that should have been a fraction. Divided by 900 minus 400. So I was just kind of getting that constant rate of change. And then I got, I think it ended up being like 0.015. Okay. Now, so this right here is a little bit different than this one because if I started dividing these, I was getting different things. So then I had to do the change here over the change here because I have a y-intercept. And how on earth I got that y-intercept was super annoying. I had to, I'm trying to think of what did I do. I looked at these two, they were very close. So I took 23 and do this. So I took 26.50 minus 2350, and that gives me 3. I didn't write that down right. And that gave me 3 because it was short. It was something that was very kind of short. And then I took my 1100 minus the 900, and that gave me a change of, how much is that? 200. Okay, so when I do that, I can take 16, back up. I kind of need to take my chart and back up. So if I would back up this 200, then it would be 200, my next order pair would be 200, and I tried to do this in Desmos, it didn't help me, 213. So that would be my next going this direction. And then I'm going to go up one more, because I need 0. Remember, I need x to equal 0. I'm going to subtract that 200 and subtract 3 to get to 10. So that means my y-intercept is 10. So my equation for this one is y equals 0.015x plus 10. Then I'm going to scroll down here and substitute my value. Which company would cost if I did 2,500 square feet? So then I take each one of those equations for A, and it said equals 0.025 times, what did they say, 2,500, because that's what I'm substituting in, and that equaled, what does that equal? $62.50. And then I took company B, whose equation was 0.015x plus 10, and that equaled $47.25. So B is cheaper. So yes, I had to do all of this, and it was hard. It took me a while. So your assignment today is going to take you a while. I want you to, not today, tomorrow, to sit and really ponder. How many square feet will both companies cost the same? Well, on this one, you had to take, I'll do it down here. You have to put each of those equal to each other. Desmos was not my friend yesterday on this. So I was going to take 0.025x is equal to 0.015x plus 10 and solve for x. When I solved for x, it ended up being, I wanted to subtract point x to both sides, okay, to both sides. So that gave me a 0.01x, and that equals 10. Divide by 0.01 to each side, so x gave me 1,000. Okay, so this on the next page, this would have been, I'm sorry, the next question, this would have been 1,000. Okay? Yes, you had to do the math. So whatever you're doing, scoot that over, on this section, on session 2, should take you a long time. This one, literally, I had to draw a picture on a piece of paper. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to write it out. So he's making a rectangular pool in the backyard. So that rectangular pool, the rectangle, I've got to see, the rectangle, so think about this, has more than the width. Okay, so the pool needs to have a length of 10 more than the width. So you have width times, it's kind of like base times height, or length times width. So your width we don't know, and then you have your width plus 10. And I'm going to distribute that to get W squared. I don't like how this worked. I'm distributing it. W squared plus 10W. W times 10, 10W, like that. Okay? Then I am going to take the square, you have a square backyard. The square backyard is 5 more than 3 times the width. So 3 times my width plus 5, and I need to square this. So this times this, which equals 9 W squared, I did it all, plus 30 W plus 25. Okay, that probably shouldn't have been up there, but that's okay. So now that I have all these, I need to subtract these two. So I need to take 9W squared what was that? Plus 30W plus 25 minus, what did I have? W squared. Sorry, what was the other one? Scroll up. W squared. It's not going to let me do it. I've got to do it this way. Minus W squared Mrs. Sparrow. parentheses? Okay. Minus W squared plus 10W. Okay, so when you do that, remember you have to distribute this. So really it becomes, what is that thing? That really becomes a negative W squared. I hope you're staying with me, because this is super crazy. Back up. Minus 10W. So when I take this away from 9W, so think about that, I'm left with 8, I have to hit this thing one more time, W squared Um, 30 minus 10 is 20W, and then plus the 25 was alone. And that's it. Was this a lot? Yes.